After what was an excellent start to the season, as you saw in episode 1, I think now things have to change. I can no longer trust my assistant manager to do his part of the job. And so I'm going to have to take over all the gameplay. And that means that there are going to be a few little tweaks that we make to the save. Let's go and kick some balls. Hello and welcome back to this mini-series here at Middlesbrough, Part 2, Season 1. And yes, as I said, we are going to have to make some tweaks to the save because part of the plan was that I was going to allow my assistant manager to take most of the gameplay and I would only play through transfer windows and a couple of months during the year. This is because to put this together so quickly would have taken far too much time and I don't have that kind of time available. And so we had made that amazing start where we got off to a 100% record after 7 games and we had 21 points from 21. But then I went on holiday and when I came back in the middle of December, everything had fallen apart and our 7-point lead at the top was suddenly now only 1 point. However, I have taken over since my return and we have recovered. We are still only 1 point ahead of Norwich as we come to the end of the transfer window in January, but our form has recovered. So what I intend to do is I intend to play all the games. My feeling is the assistant manager here is about as much use as a chocolate teapot, and I really can't trust him very much. And so what I'm going to do is I am going to take over the gameplay. Now what that means for you is instead of doing 3 episodes per season, we are going to do 5 episodes per season. This gives me time to play through the games and record, rather than just letting the bulk of the season go to the assistant manager. So you're going to get more episodes per season, but it is going to shorten the save by 1 or 2 seasons. But hopefully you're still going to stay with us as we go through this save and see if we can get Middlesbrough back to Premier League glory. But before we go into the mess that the assistant manager made while I was away, if you are brand new to the channel and you like FM content and you love to see people suffer playing this game, you're in the right place, so why not subscribe, like, watch, comment, do all that good stuff and help the channel to grow. Help us to support the very worthwhile cause you can see scrolling above. We have been set up to support the work of the British Heart Foundation. And so before we go and have a look at what chaos the assistant manager had caused before the middle of December, when I did come back, we played 1 game and I think I found the goal of the season. An absolutely fabulous goal we scored. Total possession. Many players of the team were involved in this move, finishing with a lovely header. I think this is one of the team goals of the season, possibly. And possibly one of the best team goals I've ever seen. I just can't believe how beautiful that looked, and if that was real life it would have been an absolutely awesome goal. But now let's go and have a look at what happened since episode 1, since we built up that brilliant start at the beginning of the season. At the end of the last episode you saw us having that 2-0 victory against Blackpool. I then left on holiday and left it to my assistant. He continued with the good form. We beat Cardiff by 3-1 and then beat Rotherham by 4-1. And then we had a very nice victory against Sunderland and beat Sunderland 3-0. Everything was well on course at this point. But from here it started to go wrong and we had defeats to Birmingham, Blackburn, Huddersfield. We lost to Norwich in the Carabao Cup 3rd round. although we did beat them in the championship, which was very good news. And then he had a 0-0 draw at home to Luton. When I took over on the 16th, we had a game the following day on the 17th against Burnley, and I couldn't recover that, and we lost by 3-0. But we did have a good win against Wigan at home, and we followed that with an unfortunate 1-0 defeat away at Blackburn. I had decided to put the team in the low block since the Burnley game. It didn't seem to be working, but I have persevered, and in January we have recovered. We beat Birmingham in the Championship by 3-1, and then we beat Crawley only just in the FA Cup third round by 1-0. We then followed that up with a 5-0 smashing of Millwall at home, and then a big game, Sunderland away, which we managed to win by 1-0. And then a very good victory, a 2-1 home victory against Watford. And in the final game that we played in January, we played against Stockport at home in the FA Cup fourth round, and we managed to beat them by 3-1. And now we have to play Blackpool at home and Cardiff away today. Two very tough fixtures. They're all very tough fixtures in the Championship, but we are in this low block. I think the low block is working very nicely. We are able to change to a more attacking style from this low block, and so I don't think I want to change anything at this point in time. And so the plan is now to come back every couple of months, and the plan will be to come back at the end of March, and then we will come back at the end of the season. This will give me time to play the games myself rather than have to hand them over to the assistant manager, who I don't really have much faith in. And in the transfer window, not a lot happened. There were very, very few comings and goings, and in fact, I think we only sold one player. We sold Daniel Baleza to Bristol City for £1.3 million, but we haven't really done much in terms of bringing players in. All that did was to help alleviate the wage budget. But we have brought in a young prospect for the future. We brought him in on deadline day. He is Daniel Chesters, and we brought him in from West Ham for £170,000. My assistant wanted to put him into the under-18s. I just put him into the first team squad. He is a right winger, and we are short when it comes to right wingers. He can also play on the left. We might as well develop this player. He's got 3.5-star potential. He is possibly going to become a good player. Let's give him some bench time. Let's see if we can't develop him. And hopefully he won't let us down when he is called upon. He's 20 years old now, and hopefully he'll do a good job as an emergency backup player. And so that's it in terms of transfers. Nothing happened. It was very, very quiet. We've got 2 games to go and play now. I think it's time. Let's go and kick some balls. And so the team for today against Blackpool is Stefan in goal, with Dick Steele, Fry, Clark and Stevens at the back, Hackney, Hooson and Jones in midfield, with Ramsey, Akpon and Archer will play up front. This is a game we should be winning, and I see absolutely no reason why we can't go out there and win this game. We are still playing with the low block. It does give us an option to mix things up and to go much more attacking if we need to. And so I'm going to tell them, yeah, we did well last time. If you carry that last game into this one, you're going to do extremely well. And I want them all to go out, do their best. Let's extend our lead over Norwich, because Norwich have recently lost, and Norwich lost at home to Burnley earlier on. And so this is a real opportunity for us to go further in front of Norwich and establish that lead that we had once upon a time. But it is Blackpool who are the better team at the moment. We have had all the possession, but Blackpool have actually made the chances. I think it might be looking like that we do have to go to a more attacking style. Blackpool are doing the attacking. We've got all the ball. It's not working. Let's change it, I think. And so we have gone to a high press now. We're going to try and take the ball off them. And it has started to create chances for us, although not many. And we're not playing very well at the moment, so it's time to give them a shout and to demand more. No shot has been on target from either team during this first half. I've actually never seen that before. And no highlight at all during the entire first half. These boys will be getting a rocket at half-time. And I have to tell them, I am not happy at all. This is not good enough. They need to understand it's not good enough. And several of them are playing really badly. 1, 2, 3. All of them really badly, really poor performance, and they have not been good enough, and so we have to tell them you've not been good enough. What I might have to do is go to our Brazilian attacking style in a moment, because nothing seems to be working, although we have just had a shot on target, but it's not enough at the moment, as Blackpool are as much in this game threat-wise as we are. But we do have the ball. Here is Stevens finds Ramsey. That's a terrible pass from Ramsey, and we've given the ball away to Blackpool, and Blackpool are coming forward, and this is not what I wanted, and we have somehow managed to block it, and we do need to win this ball. It looked like we do, but the highlight comes to an end. I think I'm going to change now to a different style. We're going to go into the Brazilian shape for the last 30 minutes. And so we have gone into the Brazilian style now. We've tried 3 different styles of play now. We are beating them in terms of shots on target now, and hopefully we'll manage to get one of them away. Can we do this? I'm going to shout at them again. Demand more. This is not enough that they're doing. We do have a goal kick, though. And don't let me down. Shots on target ratio will normally decide who wins the game. Don't let me down. Here is Clark bringing it forward. Clark passes the ball out to Force over the top to Dick Steele. We need to get a good pass into space now. That's into the box. It hasn't found its man, and it's just gone past the post. I don't think it's going to be our day today. Unfortunately, that's sometimes the way that it will happen, because Norwich only lost their game earlier on, so it was unlikely that we were going to win this one. And we're going to go very attacking now for the last few minutes. We have to try and get a goal here. We're at home, and we should have won this match. And Clark is bringing it forward again. And here is Archer to Akpom. Akpom finds Jones, Hackney, all the way out to Dick Steele. Can we find a way through? And we can't, not with passing like that. That was absolutely shocking. But the ball is still live. And here is Hackney. Hackney finds Fry to Hooson to Akpom. There's a snapshot, and it goes over the crossbar. And it's not going to be our day today. The players have not performed well enough. We've tried different styles. We've tried just about everything that we know. And our substitutions have not come up with the goods. And we've just not been good enough, unfortunately, as Clark looks to bring it forward. Could this be one last chance? Archer finds Clark. He finds Bole on the far side. Looks to get a cross in, looking for Akpom. Can't get on the end of it, but it comes out to Force with the ball over the top. And that's a volley. That's hit the crossbar, and what a volley that was, and it deserved a goal. And we're still attacking, and it's volleyed, and we can't still break through. We've won the ball again, but Blackpool will counter, and we need to tidy this ball back up again. We need to get hold of the ball. We have beaten Blackpool in terms of the shots on target. We've beaten them fair and square, but we didn't do enough early on. We left it too late to mount this recovery. It's not going to be our day today, and we're simply not good enough today. It's going to finish with a 0-0 draw. I'm not happy with the boys today. Up front, we were absolutely dreadful. And we should have won that game based on the chances that we created, and I'm not very happy with the boys at all. Norwich had lost earlier, and we've let Norwich off the hook. We could have gone 4 points clear there. We've let them off the hook, and that's appalling. Absolutely appalling. Well, now we have to go and get ready for the game against Cardiff, which is coming up in a very short time. And so we need to rest some players. We need to look at what we're training. We need to do some chance creation, I think. Our forwards are really poor. Let's hope we're going to do a better job against Cardiff. We'll be right back before the kickoff. And so the team for today is Stefan in goal, with Dick Steele, Fry, Clark and Stevens at the back. Hackney, Hooson and Force in midfield, with Giles, Ramsey and Archer up front. We really do need to play better than we did last time out against Blackpool. Cardiff, 22nd in the league. This is a team we should be rolling over pretty easily. But you know my record against teams who are in the bottom 3 of the league, and I don't play very well against those teams. I never have, and I don't suppose I ever will. Every time I seem to come up against one of these teams, we seem to get thrashed, and I don't know how to prevent that happening. And at the moment, it's fairly even Stevens, and once again, going through, there have been no shots at all during this game, but we have recently managed to get a couple of shots, 50% on target. So let's hope that we can actually do something with this. But it is Cardiff coming through. Cardiff looking to get to the first strike in. We've managed to clear it, but Cardiff have put it in. It's an absolute shocker. And I don't know what on earth to do to beat these teams. I'm going to go very attacking. I think it may be the only way that I'm going to have any chance of beating a team at the bottom of the league. I never can seem to beat them. And at the moment, it's Cardiff 1, Middlesbrough 0. It was an absolute shambles, and somehow Hooson has put it into his own net. And I'm going to berate them because this is not happening. This is not happening today. This is an absolutely dreadful start. We've actually been the better team, and once again, 73% of possession, and we just can't seem to beat these teams at the bottom of the league. Always, no matter whom I'm playing for, I make hard work of this. Beat teams at the top, no problem at all, but teams at the bottom, and we're going very attacking now anyway, and it comes out to Hackney. Hackney with a low drive, and Hackney's made it 1-1. And maybe that's the secret, to go very attacking. But my word, what a shot that was. I did have a message from my assistant team, and they said in the data hub that we were not putting long shots away. And so I've told the team, as a result, to be a little bit more disciplined. And as a result, it looks like that has made a difference. We have come back into this game. It is 1-1 now. We've got 70% of the possession. We are just about winning the shots on target battle, but I will not be happy if we don't get a win here today. And I don't very rarely play very attacking, but if this is what it's got to take, we're going to risk leaving opportunities at the back, I guess, but we've got to throw bodies forward. We are the better team, and it's just a case of we need to score goals, and I need to buck this team up and demand more. This is not good enough, and Cardiff have come away with the ball again. Fry picks it up at the back. He finds Hackney. Hackney finds Force. Force, he's looking for Fry. Fry looking to bring it forward. He needs support, and he finds Hackney. Hackney, who got off to the worst possible start, and the ball is played long. We should be able to cover that, but that's a loose header. We've picked it up in midfield. Hackney finds Dicksteele. Dicksteele with the ball over the top finds Archer. Archer's in, and it's brilliantly saved, and it goes behind. But Archer should have scored there. We should be ahead now. We are looking like we're the better team. It's really unfortunate if we just can't win this at the end of the day. Everything is pointing towards a victory, the shots on target, the XG, the possession, everything. And we are totally outplaying Cardiff. The game is just not reflecting that, unfortunately, and we've almost scored again, but it's headed off the line. We still have the ball. Here is Archer. Archer's been dispossessed, and Cardiff can bring it forward. We do have another corner, and Giles swings in the corner, looking to the far post. It's headed clear, and Cardiff are looking to break. But we need to rob him. We need to take the ball off him. Well done, Hackney. Hackney, who's, I've got to remember, is only 20 years old. He finds Force. Force with the ball into the box, and he can't get his head on it. That was so close for Archer, and Cardiff can clear again. We're absolutely all over them, and the game, however, is not reflecting that. And Cardiff will probably score before half-time. Another long ball, which we've covered quite well, but another loose header. And here's Stevens. Stevens finds Giles. Giles looking to bring it up down the left. He looks to get a crossing. Can he get a crossing? He's got lots of support. It comes to Stevens. Stevens into the box. It's got to be this time. And Force has made it 2-1. And just about the right score, I would say. And maybe that's what it's going to take for me, is to go very attacking against these teams. I mean, we had so many men over there, but my heart was in my mouth as I thought we were not going to put that away. But Force has done the job. And even though our shots on target ratio isn't that great, we are beating Cardiff, and we deserve to be beating Cardiff. It is Cardiff 1, Middlesbrough 2 at the moment as we go into probably the last highlight before half-time as Archer's into the box now. Gets it across. It's 3-1. I think that's probably an own goal. Yes, it's Kipre of Cardiff has scored an own goal. And we are now 3-1 ahead. I think I can come off this very attacking now. We'll go back to a more conservative, positive style of play now. I think we've done enough. And yeah, it was an own goal. Archer was a little selfish there. Could have squared it. I think he went for the shot, but now we have gone ahead. That took some doing, and although the team have got themselves out of jail at the moment, I think I really need to be telling them that I'm not really that impressed. I don't like what I saw from that team, and they have responded to that, funnily enough. I think also there's a number of players who are not playing very well. Johnny Hewson, obviously, since the own goal, is not having a good game. Matt Clark. And I'm going to tell them they've not been good enough. We'll keep the same team and we'll see what happens in this second half. And we have gone off the very attacking mode and gone to positive, and it's Cardiff who are coming forward. And maybe I've got to go back to very attacking as Cardiff look to bring it forward. We need to close him down. We are playing the high press, and so we should be able to close them down adequately. And we'll make substitutions. We'll get fresh legs on when necessary. I don't feel there's a need to go into the low block as yet. We're not holding on. But Stevens has lost the ball there. This is looking absolutely dreadful. I think what I'm going to do is tell them to dribble less. And we'll take that off and try and get them to be a little bit more expressive, to use the flair that we've got. Cardiff playing it around, and they do look like they're very threatening at the moment, Cardiff. Every time they come forward, I have kittens, but we've managed to block that. The ball is cleared. I think I am going to go into the low block very, very soon. We're not playing very well, and it's time to go into that low block now. Conserve a little bit of energy and just try to keep them out. That's very important now as Cardiff look to score from long range but can't. We're going to go into the low block now and we're going to try and hold on to this game. Hopefully wear Cardiff out by running them around the pitch, chasing shadows. I'm going to go and make some changes very shortly because we have some tired players on the pitch now. But we'll do it at the end of this highlight, and it's still Cardiff who are coming forward, and they have really come back into this game in the second half. They are beating us at the moment as they look to get it into the box, but it's well saved by Stefan. Stefan now needs to hold on to it, and it's Cardiff again. What have they had to drink at half-time? We can't get into this game at all at the moment. They are still coming forward, and I think what I'm going to do is I am going to drop the line back a little bit, and we're going to step up more, get stuck in, because we're letting them just have all the space, all the ball, and here come Cardiff again, and they're looking to get, there's a long shot on the way, and they have scored this time, and I have to berate this team. I'm going to go back to very attacking again, because this just is not, every time against a weaker team, they're just, and I go off very attacking, they're going to win. I don't know what is wrong with this game. So we'll go back to very attacking then. If that's what the game wants, we'll go back to very attacking again. So let's go back to the high press and we'll go very attacking as soon as I'm allowed to. The game won't let me do that now. So can I do it yet? So we'll go back very attacking now and we'll try and get another one. And it's still Cardiff though. Still Cardiff coming forward. And I don't understand this game at all. We've absolutely hammered them. And yet second half, we can't get our foot on the ball at all, despite the fact that we've had 64% of the possession. And it's Cardiff again. Cardiff looking to bring it into the box, but Stefan is going to hold on. Time to make some changes. We'll do it at the end of this highlight. And here is Clark. Clark now, he needs to distribute the ball. He's looking for Fry. We're back very attacking again. And here is Hewson. Hewson has a ball over the top looking for Archer. Archer's in and Archer has scored. And that's maybe it. Just go very attacking, throw caution to the wind, and that's the way to beat teams at the bottom of the league. I do not understand this game. why we have to be very attacking to beat Cardiff and other teams at the bottom of the league. Why can't we just beat them by playing positive? But that's the way the game is done. That's the way it is. And we know he's onside. We don't need to see that. And I need to make some changes. We'll do it after this highlight. And Cardiff are going to come forward again. What a game this is turning out to be. It's just doing my head in. Cardiff are in, and we have robbed him. And very often that happens to me, that we will score. We will allow the opposition to score immediately after we've scored. But there's a long punt forward, and I need the ball to go out of play so I can make some substitutions. So if we could do that, FM, I'd be very grateful, because we don't really need to see all these highlights now, do we? As Clark finds Hooson. We are bringing it forward. Here's Hackney with a long ball forward to Ramsey. Ramsey in the box. He's looking back for Dick Steele. Dick Steele to Howson. Howson, does he have an opportunity? He's hit it over the crossbar, and it remains 4-2. Let's make some changes. And so we have made our changes, and I'm not going to try and go into a low block to see this game out, because maybe I've worked out how to beat teams at the bottom of the league, and that's just to go very attacking. We've got our full-backs, everyone going up the field. It's possibly that is the way you have to do it, to get numbers up the pitch and just go very attacking. Ball crossed into the box. We can't get on the end of it. Cardiff are looking to bring it clear. It will leave us vulnerable at the back, of course, but if we outscore the opposition, who really cares? As Cardiff are looking to come forward. I will at some point just drift into the low block. Cardiff are very tired. At some point, they've got to stop what they're doing. We are still just about winning the shots on target ratio, and it's probably going to be enough to beat Cardiff now. Norwich were drawing 0-0, but since we've taken the lead, I'm willing to bet they have, as well as we've hit the crossbar. And going very attacking might be the way forward. Yeah, I knew that would happen. Norwich have taken the lead now, that we have taken the lead. So it's going to go down to the wire, this. We only have to finish in second. We only have to get promoted. So I'm not really worried about whether it's 1 or 2. And there is a big gap between 1, 2, and 3 now. And there's a ball into the box. We have another chance. Can someone get a foot on it? It's hit the post again. And I hope FM will sort that out for FM24. And the number of times that teams hit the woodwork in a game is very unrealistic. And we really need to change that, FM. Teams don't hit the woodwork 4 or 5 times a game. And I don't know whether that is just to do with the fact that coding only allows certain goal outcomes, but that needs to be reduced down in the code. And there's a cross into the box. It's going to be claimed by the goalkeeper. I'm not quite sure why we're seeing all these dead highlights. I think I am in key highlights. Yep, we're in key highlights. And Cardiff are coming forward again. I think I need to slip into the low block now. This Cardiff are looking to get another goal on the board. I've got to stop them doing it. I really need this game to finish, because this is going to be a very long episode. There are so many highlights as Bola comes forward. Bola with the ball in, looking for Archer. Archer has made it 5-2. I'm now going to go back to the low block. We're going to just keep Cardiff out now. There's no way they're going to score 3 goals in the last 7 minutes. And we're just going to try and keep them out now. Lovely ball into the box. And Archer, who has done very well since he's come in from West Brom on loan. He's doing very, very well. And I think he's picked up another brace today. Lovely finish. Side foot volley. And now we can maintain our 2-point lead at the top of the league. It is now Cardiff 2, Middlesbrough 5. And it's been one of those games. And we have, hopefully, though, seen it out. We've beaten Cardiff. I may have found out how to beat teams at the bottom of the league as well. Nice work. That was good. We finally got there. And yes, Norwich have won. They beat Bristol City after we took the lead. Norwich took the lead. And so it is going to be a tough run in to the season. We are upping the tempo a little bit in terms of when we're coming back, and we will come back probably for Stoke and Preston, and we'll see where we are at that point in time. That's it for this video. If you are brand new to the channel and you like FM content and you love to see people like me suffer playing this game, I can tell you you're definitely in the right place. So why not subscribe, like, watch, comment, help the channel to grow, help us to support the British Heart Foundation. I guess I could say that since my return in the middle of December, we've got things back on track, and so I'm a pretty happy manager at the moment, and things are looking good for promotion in our first season. All that remains to be said now is stay safe, take care, and we'll see you in the next episode.